Greetings everyone from Williamsburg, Brooklyn. I am at the William Vale and I want to show you some of the highlights of this 5-star property, from the room itself to the pool and hot tub to some of the different dining options both on the first floor and the rooftop. Now let's check out my Gotham Corner suite. So here, when you open the door, this is the bed. That's part of the balcony, which we'll get to in a few seconds. This is the bathroom, so bathtub and a shower head with that view. And then continuing, here's another TV in the living area. And then also, once you go through here, this is my favorite part because the balcony wraps all the way around. So opening up the door, check this out. View of the Manhattan skyline right here. World Trade Center, Midtown East. Then we have some of Williamsburg and North Brooklyn. And then wrapping around, you could see the Queensboro Bridge. Then over here, that right there is Long Island City. And then as we go out, you could see the Kosciuszko Bridge, which connects Brooklyn and Queens. And then check this out. This area right here, this is right on the other side of my bed. So you could just sit there and read if you'd like, if you want to face more of Brooklyn and Queens. But if you want to face Manhattan, here we have 2 chairs right here, and you're looking right across at the East River. Now, as someone who spends on average more than 100 nights a year in hotels, 2 things are really important to me. Number one, I like a good Bluetooth speaker so I don't have to bring my own, and I like it to have some volume. Now here at the William Vale, they have a nice JBL speaker, but if you look on the other side, it's also an alarm and a mirror. And another thing I really appreciate is an espresso machine in the room. Number one, it saves me from having to go down to the breakfast buffet, and I kind of just grab a cup of espresso and I could do an hour or 2 of work before I have to leave the room. So now I'm going to head down and check out the pool. So the pool is on the 4th floor. So I'm getting my purple tag. I am a hotel guest, but this pool is available to non-guests as well. You could order food at the pool from this window. While the pool area can get pretty crowded, not so much this area. So this is where the saunas and the hot tub are. There is an extra charge to use these, but then you get a lot more privacy and you still have pretty nice views. Now I prefer the privacy of a hot tub, and that's a steam room and sauna barrel behind me. So the pool's heated to about 80 degrees, but right now the hot tub is heated to 100. One thing I want to mention, there are no jets because these are very small, really not meant for more than 2 people. So this barrel has steam and then dry heat. They're separated by a door. The fitness center is also on the 4th floor. So the cardio machines face a water tower and some skylines. There are weights up to 50 pounds. You could do dips here, and then the cable crosses in the corner. These bikes are available for guests to use. And right now the G train, I don't think it's running, so these are even more important than they would normally be in a pretty bikeable part of Brooklyn. Leuca is the William Vale's Southern Italian restaurant. It's on the 1st floor, and I'm trying the classic, which is a margherita pizza. So a few things about this. Tomatoes imported from Italy, basil is grown on the 2nd floor garden. The mozzarella is made in-house, and the dough is 2-day sourdough. So I'm taking my first slice. Pretty firm on the end, but very soft in the middle. I'm gonna eat this one with my hands. So the crust is charred on the end and also on the bottom a little bit. It's very thin. And two things that really stand out about this pie. Number one, I love the sauce. That stands out the most. And then another thing I want to mention is they sprinkled some sea salt over it. And that in this case makes a big difference. I don't like when pizza's not salty at all. And this one has the right balance. So for my drink, I'm having the Faux Daisy. All mocktails or non-alcoholic drinks, they usually have a substitute non-alcoholic spirit. And this one has Aplos, Arise. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but that's what's in this one. There's also agave and I believe lemon and orange. All right, I definitely taste the lime, but it's not as citrusy as I expected. It's a little bit dry. For my second pasta dish, I'm having the black Tonnarelli. So this pasta is imported from Italy. Some of it is made in-house. Ordered this because of the seafood. When I hear Southern Italian, I think of seafood often. So it's got calamari, it's got shrimp, and this also looks to be spinach mixed in there. All right, I feel like the pasta was taken out just at the right time. It's al dente. It's kind of salty. I taste the garlic. And when I asked about why it's a little bit salty, there's anchovy in this. So it's a lot more complex than the menu shows. You can see the sauce. It's kind of like not really red. It's kind of like pink, but it's not thick like a vodka sauce. I also like how this dish is about half pasta, half seafood. So now that I finished the pasta part, I'm just going to eat this like a soup, I think.
Branzino with fragrant citrus butter.
All right, after two dishes where the red sauce stood out the most, I'm getting something with no red sauce. I'm getting the Branzino. So right here you could see that the side here is fregola. Kind of looks like farro, but they said it's fregola. And the fish does have the skin on. Now these look like little tiny cherry tomatoes, but they're gooseberries. And they're pretty bitter because they're pickled. All right, the sunflower pesto's kind of mild, but as far as the fish goes, you could definitely taste the pesto, and the fregola kind of makes me feel like I'm having chicken pastine soup without the broth. I'm gonna skip dessert and have that upstairs at Starlight, which is the rooftop bar here at the William Vale. So I'm gonna rank the three dishes I tried here. Number one for sure is the Tonnarelli. Loved the sauce, loved the way the pasta was done. Also, I loved how it was kind of like half pasta, half seafood. Really appreciated that. Number two, and a pretty close number two, was the pizza. The sauce really stood out. Also, the little sprinkle of sea salt on the top, that really helped that one. I definitely recommend coming here, even if you're not a guest like me. Definitely come here and try the pizza. And then finally, I'm gonna say number three was the Branzino. I definitely appreciated having fish after pizza and pasta. Westlight is the William Vale's rooftop bar. They have a full menu, but I'm just up here to try some light bites like these. So these are the coconut curry cashews. I would normally use these in a papaya salad, but I want to see what they taste like here. And these are the Moroccan lamb spice tacos. So you can see they're topped with onion. And then finally, the one that I was most excited to try right here is the grilled octopus skewers. So check this out. They come with a lot of arugula. I can't look at arugula without thinking of the movie Steve Martin, My Blue Heaven. So I ordered the lamb tacos because of the whipped feta, also because of the lemon. I love anything citrus, but shells are nice and soft.
I'm eating the cashews with a fork. There's crispy basil on them too. All right, the coconut curry cashews, tiny bit spicy. I noticed the sweetness a little bit more, but out of the three things I tried here, the Moroccan spice lamb tacos were definitely my favorite. Probably number two, the octopus. But I would prefer octopus, I would say, just with the little lemon and olive oil and maybe some sea salt. So it had sauce on it. Don't think it necessarily needed it. Number three, the coconut curry cashews. I'm gonna take those home with me and use them in a papaya salad. Now, as much as I enjoyed those three small plates, the real reason I came up here was for dessert. I skipped dessert at dinner downstairs, but here, if you take a look, this is tres leches cake. So we have ice cream on top, the cake is on the bottom, and there's a mango drizzle. So this looks kind of fluffy, and it is. Okay, so that's whipped cream, then the ice cream, then the actual cake is on the bottom. All right, it's a pretty good balance. Sweet from the mango, a lot of shredded coconut, a lot of whipped cream. I think it will be good just with the coconut ice cream, tres leches cake, and the mango drizzle. This thing, it makes it look bigger, but this is pretty manageable. I think one person can finish this.
Now the basil that was on my margarita pizza last night was grown in this second floor garden. From Westlight, you could see in pretty much every direction. So behind me is Forest Hills and City Field, like where the Mets play. And these binoculars are strategically placed, so you could pretty much see what hats someone's wearing down on the street. And check this out. So if you go from the left, you have Manhattan, Midtown. Then here you have some of Brooklyn. Then you got the Queensboro Bridge, Long Island City. And then as you go east, you have the Kosciuszko Bridge connecting Brooklyn and Queens. And up these steps is the Turf Bar, which opens at 5 o'clock. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe. I got more trips coming up soon. I'm heading up to Westchester County from here. And then I got some trips down south coming up, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Greensboro, North Carolina, both cities that I've never been to before. I also have a couple overseas trips in the works. Spain, first time in a couple years, and then also first time in 5 years, I'm going to be heading to Japan. This time Hokkaido, a place I've never been to before. So I hope you get to come to Brooklyn, spend a night at the William Vale, Williamsburg's only real luxury hotel, and I look forward to sharing more videos with you soon.